Sri Gurubhyo. No, voice is not coming. Om Bhadram Karnebhihi Srunuyama Deva Bhadram Pasyema Akshabhihi Yajatraha Sthirairangaihi Tushtuva Gumsastanubhihi Vyasema. No, not voice visible. Vyasema devahitam yadayuhu swasti na indro vruddhasravaha swasti naha pusha vishvavedaha swasti nastarcyo arishtanemi swasti no bruhaspatir Om Shanti. You are mute. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om. Now you are on. No, why no? Here it says yes, mute. Om Agne Naya Supatharaye Asman Vishwani Deva Vayunani Vidwan Yuyodhyasmajjuhuranameno Bhuishtham te namavuktim Vidhema Om Shanti 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 Om Abrahman Brahmano Brahmavachasi Jayatam Arashtre Rajanyah Suraishavyo Divyadhi Maharatho Jayatam Dogdridhenu. Mute. Dogdridhenu Odhanadvan Asusapti Purandhiryosha Jishnu Radheshta Sabheyo Yuva Asya Yajamanasya Viro Jayatam Nikame Nikame Naha Parjanyo Varshato. Mute. Palavatyo na oshadhayaha vatsyantam yogakshemo naha kalpetam. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Apyayantu mamangani vakpranaschakshushrotramatho balamindriyani cha sarvani sarvam brahma upanishadam maham brahma nirakuryam mama brahma nirakarotu anirakaranamastu anirakaranam me astu tadatmani nirateya upanishatsu dharmaha te mayi santu om shanti shanti shanti. Omkara samyuktam nityam dhyayanti yoginah kamadam mokshadam tasmai nakaraya namo namaha. Yatra kutra sthitam devam sarvavyapinam ishwaram yellingam pujaye nityam yakaraya namo namaha. Om Shivam Shantam Jagannatham Lokanugrahakaram Swameshwaram Vande Sikaraya Namo Namaha. So today we are just having the Shiva Tandava Stotram, and we have been making Shiva keep on dancing, dancing and dancing. Probably he is tired. So let us try to give him an intermission of his Tandava Nrutya, which is very, very vigorous. So let us give him an intermission so that he can just relax. Now, I'm just reading the slokas once. It will be a part of Parayanam, and later we go into the slokas which we have got to complete. Mostly today we will be able to complete and take up some different text next month only, because this is the last Sunday when we have got some time to talk about the dance or the nritya, the vigorous dance. It is a tandava. What all people do is only a tandava because of limited strength. But our Shiva is of unlimited strength. Therefore, you can imagine, and moreover, what he is doing is going to be the Pralaya Tandava, Prachanda Tandava. So these are all the compliments. Prachanda Tandava or Pralaya Tandava and all that compliments or description of the Shiva's dance will only tell that it is not ordinary, it is a highly vigorous, energy producing Tandava. So I think that kind of Tandava none can do, but only Lord Rudra. So that's why we make a prayer to Rudra. Namaste astu Bhagavan Vishveswaraya Mahadevaya Triyambakaya Tripurantakaya Trikagnikalaya Kalagnirudraya Neelakanthaya Mrutyunjayaya Sarveswaraya Sadasivaya Sriman Mahadevaya Namaha. There the word Sriman talks about Uma, and Mahadeva is Maheshwara. So Uma Maheshwara both are involved in the dance stage. One is a spectator, another is a performer. Now let me just read quickly the Nandandava Stotram, and you can check it up wherever I stop, because it is really long, but lyrics with difficult samasas. And in order to make out the meaning, we have got to be little slow and analytical. Then only we get the power, the effect and influence and appreciation to the various postures in dance. That's what we call abhinayam. See, abhinaya done in the dance is referring to the Lokacharitam. Also, it is taken to be yajna by itself. As Kalidasa puts it, Kantam Kratum Chakshusham. This is a Kratu mainly connected to the Chakshusham. Chakshu is the inner eye. And so Chakshu is Antara, inner eye, where the Atma gets really elevated when you imagine the dance and when you imagine the effects of the dance of Shiva. And moreover, Shiva's dance is not only a pralayam or causing all that speed, but also to do the Shivaha Shivam Tanotu. That's what it is. He wants to establish the truth that lokaha samastaha sukhino bhavantu anta. Om jatatabhigalajjala पावितस्थले गलेवलम्ब्यलम्बिताम्भुजङ्गतुङ्गमालिकां डमड्डमड्डमन्निनाद वड्डमर्वयं चकारचण्डताण्डवं तनोतु नः शिवः शिवम् जटाकटाः सम्भ्रमभ्रमन्निलिम्पनिर्झरी विलोलवीचिवल्लरी विराजमानमूर्धनि धगद्धगद्धगज्जलल्ललाटपट्टपावके किशोरचन्द्रशेखरे रतिः प्रतिक्षणं मम धराधरेन्द्रनन्दिनी विलासबन्धुबन्धुरा स्फुरद्दिगन्तसन्ततिप्रमोदमानमानसे कृपाकटाक्षधोरणी निरुद्धदुर्धरापदी क्वचिद्दिगम्बरे मनोविनोदमेतु वस्तुनि जटाभुजङ्गपिङ्गलस्फुरत्फणामणिप्रभा कदम्ब कुङ्कुमद्रवत्प्रलिप्तदिग्वधूमुखे मदान्धसिन्धुरस्फुरत्वदुत्तरीयमेदुरे मनोविनोदमेतु अद्भुतं बिभर्तुभूतभर्तरी सहस्रलोचनप्रभृत्यशेष लेखशेखरः प्रसूनधूलिधोरणी विधू विधूसराङ्घ्रि पीठभूः भुजङ्गराजमालया निबद्धजाटजूटकं श्रियै चिराय जायतां चकोरबन्धुशेखरः ललाटचत्वरज्ज्वलद्ध धनञ्जय स्फुलिङ्गमां सुलिङ्गभा निपीत निपीत पञ्चसायकनमन्निलिम्पनायकं सुधामयूखलेखया विराजमानशेखरं महाकपालिसम्पदे शिरोजटालमस्तु नः करालभालपट्टिका धगद्धगद्धगज्ज्वलतु धनञ्जयाहुती कृतप्रचण्डपञ्चसायके धराधरेन्द्रनन्दिनी कुचग्रचित्रपत्रका प्रकल्पनैकशिल्पिनी त्रिलोचने रतिर्मम नवीनमेघमण्डली निरुद्धदुर्धरस्फुरतु कुहूनिशीथिनी तमः प्रबन्धपद्धकन्धरः निलिम्पनिर्झरी धरस्तनोतु कृत्तिसिन्धुरः कलानिधानबन्धुरः श्रियं जगद्धुरन्धरः प्रफुल्ल नीलपङ्कज पञ्चकालिमप्रभा अवलम्बि कण्ठकन्दलीरुचिप्रबद्धकन्धरं स्मरच्छिदम्बुरच्छिदं भवच्छिदं मखच्छिदं गजच्छिदम् अन्धकच्छिदं तमन्तकच्छिदं भजे अखर्व सर्वमङ्गलाकलाप कलाकदम्बमञ्जरी रसप्रवाहं माधुरी विजृम्भमाण मधुरतं स्मरान्तकं पुरान्तकं भवान्तकं मखान्तकं गजान्तकान्धकान्तकं तमन्तकान्तकं भजे जयतु अदभ्रविभ्रमभ्रमद्भुजङ्गमस्वसतु विनिर्गमत्क्रमस्फुरत्करालभालभालपट्टभ अव्यवाटु धिमि 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 ध्वनद्मृदङ्गतुङ्गमङ्गला ध्वनिक्रमप्रवर्तितप्रचण्डताण्डवः शिवः स्पृशद्विचित्रतल्पयोर्भुजङ्ग मौक्तिकस्रजोः गरिष्ठरत्ननी लोष्ठयोः स्पृहद्विपक्षपक्षयोः तृणारविन्दचक्षुषोः प्रजामही महेन्द्रयोः समप्रवृत्तिकः कदा सदाशिवं भजाम्यहम् कदा निलिम्पनिर्झरी निकुञ्जकोटरे वसन् विमुक्तदुर्मतिः सदा शिरस्थमञ्जलिं वहन् विमुक्तलोललोचनो ललामभालभग्नकः शिवेति मन्त्रम् उच्चरन् कदा सुखी भवाम्यहम् कदा सुखी भवाम्यहम् इदं हि नित्यमेवम् उत्तमोत्तमं श्रवन् पठन् स्मरन् ब्रुवन्नरो विशुद्धिमेत एति सन्ततं हरे गुरौ सुभक्तिमासु याति नान्यथा गतिं विमोहनं हि देहिनां सुशङ्करस्य चिन्तनं पूजावसानसमये दशवक्त्रगीतं यः शम्भुपूजनपरं पठति प्रदोषे तस्य स्थिरां रथगजेन्द्रतुरङ्गयुक्तां लक्ष्मीं सदैव सुमुखीं प्रददाति शम्भुः लक्ष्मीं Sumukhim Pradadati Shambho. So, this is how the 16 slokas are going on, and we are very happy that we are getting the essential spirit, and also we are getting the bhakti towards Paramatma, and also we want to ending the bhakti and reach up his pedestal. That's also possible. So Ravanasura is trying to cover many aspects in these 15 slokas, including the bhakti, including the Shiva Bhakti, and also the Parashruti thereafter. Therefore, he himself says that this is a wonderful slokam or Geetam where bhakti is something, or devotion, dedication, dexterity, all these things will crop up automatically because of the anugraha and grace of Lord Rudra. So we have been seeing when Rudra is dancing, normally those people who dance, they don't remember them. They keep on, they just get into the get into the emotion, they get into the rasa, because they have to be shifting the rasas. Nana rasam sevate. So they have to show all the navarasas and more, and therefore dancer while dancing it is simply different. Now let us come to the 11th sloka, because we have been spending time that he has been destroyer of different kinds of people. To begin with Smara. See, Manmatha is one who is not visible but who make people to get dragged into the samsara. So that's why Jane Austen, a great novelist, an English novelist, she says in her novel, saying that any fortunate man in possession of rich wealth must be in want of a wife ಅಂತ recommend ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. So ದುಡ್ಡು ಇದ್ದು ಅನುಕೂಲ ಇದ್ದಾಗ he must go after a wife. But afterwards, the samsara is different, and it is again we are not able to fix a date. We cannot fix a date when we can just really get relieved of the samsaric pressures and pleasures, and completely devote ourselves. Even people becoming senior citizens, they are not detached from the samsaric connections. They may be disconnected with the office or profession, but they are connected with the samsaric things. So they go on vibrating, worrying, because of the changes that come to the children, grandchildren, and relations, and so on. Therefore, when once we have got that, we are having the moha. Moha is something which will encompass all our attention, and therefore, in 11th sloka, Ravanasura is simply telling, let there be success to Lord Rudra in monitoring any and every desire of all people in all lokas. See that he becomes a victor. That's why Jayatu Abra Vibrama Brahmat Bhujangama Swasadu. So, the Bhujangama is there, this serpent, Nagaraja, that is Vasuki, he could not remain completely coiling around the neck of Lord Rudra, especially when he has got his movement so vigorously done. So, naturally, it will hang down into the sky, into the atmosphere. Avalambanam, that is no support, it is just suspended. And when it is suspended, the serpent, Nagaraja, which is of 12, generally the cobras are 12 feet, but we don't know the length of the Nagarajas. There are 12 Nagarajas, and among 12 Nagarajas, Vasuki is very important, who has taken wonderful tapas and acquired the eligibility, continuity to be able to be on the body of Lord Rudra. ತುಂಬ ತಪಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾನೆ ವಾಸುಕಿ. ಅದರಿಂದ ವಿ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್ ವಾಸುಕಿ. And in fact, Vasuki is the guardian of the riches or treasure. ಎಲ್ಲಿ ದುಡ್ಡಿದೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಗುರುಗಳು ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು, ಯಾರು, ಯಾ ಮೈ ವೈಫ್ಸ್ ಗೈಡ್, ಐ ಫರ್ಗಾಟ್, ಎಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲಿ ದುಡ್ಡಿದೆಯೋ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಡಿಫಿಕಲ್ಟೀಸು, ಕಷ್ಟಗಳಿದ್ದೇ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ. ಎಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲಿ ದುಡ್ಡಿದೆಯೋ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾವುಗಳು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ರಕ್ಷಣೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಅನ್ಲೆಸ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಎಲಿಜಿಬಲ್ ಟು ಆರ್ ದಿ ರೈಟ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್, ದಿ ಹಾವುಗಳು ವಿಲ್ ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ಲಿ ಪೌನ್ಸ್ ಆನ್ ಯು. ದೇರ್ ಫೋರ್, ಆದರೆ ದಿ ನೇಚರ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಸರ್ಪೆಂಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಟು ಹಿಸ್, or the hissing sound is very, very, very dangerous and very threatening. In fact, there is a small story I should tell you. So when Sadhu was going, then he advised a serpent, you don't bite anybody, you don't do anything, and you just keep yourself mum and you be in dhanam, Paramatma, you will get moksham or betterment. So the Swamiji went away and she followed. The serpent went on following. But people, when the serpent is just idle, not reacting to anything, the children and all people used to come and throw stones against and give the serpent in meditation or whatever, in prayer to Paramatma. Lord Rudra was getting affected. After some time, the sadhu again returned on the same pathway. The serpent was lying there, and the serpent asked, Swamiji, you told me to do nothing to all people. So look at my status. I have been injured very much. People are throwing stones against me, and I'm hurt. I'm being hurt and all that. Then Swamiji said, I told you not to bite people, but I never asked you not to hiss at people. So if it hisses at people, they get scared and run away. If that does not do it, imagine, it is advantage. So at least hissing is a primary protection for the serpents and lords. So the hissing. That's why here our Ravanasura catches the hissing itself is a divine thing, especially upon the body of Lord Rudra when Rudra is in severe action of Tandava. Therefore, ಸಿ ಭುಜಂಗಮ ಸ್ವಸತು ಅದು ಹೆಂಗಿದೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಅಭ್ರ ವಿಭ್ರಮ ಭ್ರಮತ್. Abhra is Akasham or clouds. Abhra Vibhrama is that of the chest of the clouds. And this is just going on moving as the Shiva moves. Even serpent was moving, suspended in the air. And therefore, the Vibhrama of the serpent is with the Vibhrama of the serpent Vasuki, and that is hanging in the sky, in the atmosphere. And Lord Rudra also enjoying that kind of vigorous hissing sound or swasa of the serpent, and he is also doing that swasa. So there is that kind of change in when you are dancing. In the second line, he talks about the netra agni, even the fire. When it is hissing and vayu is coming up, how is the Havyavat in the lalatam of Rudra? Vinirgamat kramaspurat karala bhala patta Havyavat. See, bhala is phala, bhalyo pabhayo havedaha anta. So in that the phala bhaga is karala. Karala, because of the Havyavat. Okay, now good luck. Because of the Havyavat. Havya is the offering oblations. What is Namaskara. So, ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ಅಗ್ನಿಯನ್ನು ಹವ್ಯಗಳು ಆಹ್ವಾಯು ಕೊಟ್ಟ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಅಗ್ನಯೇ ಸ್ವಾಹ ಅಗ್ನಯ ಇದಂ ನಮಃ ಚಂದ್ರಾಯ ಸ್ವಾಹ ಚಂದ್ರಾಯ ಇದಂ ನಮಃ. ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಚಂದ್ರಾಯ ಅಗ್ನಯೇ ಅನ್ನುವಾಗ ಈಸ್ ಹವ್ಯ. ಓ, ನನಗೆ ಊಟ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಆಹಾರ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ. ವಾಟ್ ಅಂದರೆ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ಪೂರ್ವಕವಾಗಿ ವಿನಯದಿಂದ ಡಿಟ್ಯಾಚ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇಂದ ನನಗೆ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ಲಿ ಮೈ ಓನ್ ಅಂತ. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಹಿ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಎಸ್ ಹವ್ಯ ವಾಟ್. ಇನ್ ವಿಷ್ಣು ಸಹಸ್ರನಾಮಂ ಯು ಸಿ ವಿಶ್ವಂ ವಿಷ್ಣು ವಷಟ್ಕಾರ ಅಥವಾ ವಷಟ್ಕಾರ ಅಂದ್ರೇನು ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ಯೋಗ್ಯ. ಸೊ ಎಷ್ಟು ವಿಷ್ಣು ಎಲ್ಲಿದ್ದರೂ ಕೂಡ ವಿಷ್ಣು ಪಾಹಿ ಅಂತ ಹೆಸರು ತಗೊಂಡ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಪರಮಾತ್ಮ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಬಿಫೋರ್ ಯು ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಹೀ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ದಿ ಪ್ರೊಟೆಕ್ಟರ್, ರಕ್ಷಕ, ಗಾರ್ಡ್, ಸೆಕ್ಯೂರಿಟಿ ಗಾರ್ಡ್. ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹವ್ಯವಾಟ್ ಅನ್ನುವಾಗ ಈ ಹವ್ಯಗಳನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟು ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ಮಾಡುವ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರೈಮರಿ ಗಾಡ್ ಯಾರು ಅಂದರೆ ಅಗ್ನಿ. ಅಂಥ ಅಗ್ನಿ ಆ ಶಿವನ ಫಾಲಭಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ, ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಫಾಲಾಕ್ಷ. ಸೊ ಫಾಲಾಗ್ನಿರುದ್ರಾಯ ನೀಲಕಂಠಾಯ. ಸೊ ಆ ನೀಲಕಂಠ ಈಸ್ ಫಾಲಾಗ್ನಿರುದ್ರ. ಸೊ ಹಾಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅದೇನು ವಿನಿರ್ಗಮತ್ ಕ್ರಮಸ್ಫುರತ್ ಕರಾಲ. ಸೊ ವಿನಿರ್ಗಮತ್ ಅನ್ನುವಾಗ ದೇರ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ವಂಡರ್ಫುಲ್ ಡಾನ್ಸಿಂಗ್ ರೈಮ್ ಅಂಡ್ ರಿದಮ್. That because of the rhyme and rhythmic dancing which Lord Rudra is doing, and according to the the laya and swara and all that musical notes, even the serpent also is adding beauty, glory, hanging away from the neck and hissing with all that high hissing sound and hissing tongue as the serpent. And here he is a karala bhala. See, the Shiva dance ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಕರಾಲ ಅನ್ನುವಾಗ ಭಯಂಕರವಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಈ ಅಗ್ನಿ ಹೊರಗೆ ಬಂದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಯು ಕಾಂಟ್ ಟಾಲರೇಟ್ ದಟ್ ಅಗ್ನಿ. ಯು ಸಿ ದಟ್ಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ವಿ ಕಾಲ್ ಕಾನ್ಫ್ಲಗ್ರೇಷನ್. ಕ್ಯಾಲಿಫೋರ್ನಿಯಾ ಫೈರ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಡಿಫಿಕಲ್ಟ್. ಆಸ್ ಲಾಂಗ್ ಆಸ್ ದರ್ ಇಸ್ ನೋ ಫೈರ್, ಪೀಪಲ್ ಆರ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪಿ. ನೌ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಬಾಂಬಿಂಗ್, ನೌ ವಾರ್ ಈಸ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಆನ್. ಬಟ್ ಇಮ್ಯಾಜಿನ್ ಅಲ್ಟಿಮೇಟ್ಲಿ ವಾಟ್ ಯು ಸಿ, ಫೈರ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ನೋಡೋದು, ಆರ್ ಬೂದಿ. ಯಾರೋ ಒಬ್ಬ ಮಹಾರಾಜ ನಾನು ಯುದ್ಧ ಮಾಡಿದ ನಂತರ ನಾನು ಜಯವನ್ನು ಹೊಂದಿದ ಮೇಲೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಬಂದರೆ ಹೆಂಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಹೌ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ದಿ ವಾರ್ ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್, ರಣರಂಗ ಹೆಂಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದರೆ, ಒಬ್ಬನು ಬರೀ ರೆಡ್ ಇಂಕು ಎಂಟೈರ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ವಾಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಡ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ಮೇಲೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಅಗ್ನಿಜ್ವಾಲೆಗಳನ್ನು ಹಾಕಿ ತೊಗೊಂಡು ಬಂದು ರಾಜನಿಗೆ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಇದೇನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರೋ ರೆಡ್ ಇಂಕೆಲ್ಲ ಅದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಹಾಕಿದ್ದಾನೆ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಏನು ಡ್ರಾಯಿಂಗ್ ಇದು ಅಂತ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಖಂಡಿತ ಇವನಿಗೆ ಪನಿಷ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ರಾಜ ವಿಲ್ ಟೇಕ್ ಔಟ್ ಹಿಸ್ ಹೆಡ್ ಅಂತ ಆಲ್ ಅದರ್ ಪೇಂಟರ್ಸ್ ಹೂ ಬ್ರಾಟ್ ಡಿಫರೆಂಟ್ ಪೇಂಟಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಅದು ಎಲ್ಲ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದರೆ ರಾಜಾಗೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರೈಸ್. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಹಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೈನ್, ಅಯ್ಯ ನೀನು ಎಷ್ಟು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಯುದ್ಧ ಮಾಡಿದೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಯುದ್ಧದಲ್ಲಿ ಯು ಕೆನಾಟ್ ಸಿ ಎನಿಬಡಿ ಬಟ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ದ ರಕ್ತ ಪ್ರವಾಹಂ. Therefore, I have just done that, and that's how you are a Jain, and you have got that. ಅಂತ ಹಾಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಫಾಲ ಕರಾಲ ಭಾಲ ಹವ್ಯವಾಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೇನು, ಆ ಫಾಲಭಾಗ ನೋಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಗ್ನಿ ಇದೆ. ನಾವು ಮಹಾನ್ಯಾಸ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಇದರ ಲಘುನ್ಯಾಸ ಆರ್ ಮಹಾನ್ಯಾಸ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಅಗ್ನಿ ನೇತ್ರಾಯ ನಮಃ, ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ವಷಡಸ್ತು ತುಭ್ಯಂ ಅಂತ ಅಗ್ನಿನೇತ್ರನಾಗಿರುವ ರುದ್ರನನ್ನು ಆವಾಹನ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಆಹ್ವಾನ ಮಾಡಿ ಮಹಾನ್ಯಾಸದಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊನೆಗೆ ಆ ರುದ್ರ, ವಾಟ್ ಕೈಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ರುದ್ರ ಯು ಆರ್ ಟಚಿಂಗ್, ಈಶಾನಮಾವಾಹಯಾಮಿ. ಆಫ್ ಆಲ್ ದಿ ಆಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಈಶ್ವರ, ದ ಈಶಾನತ್ವ ಆಗ್ನಯ ಭೂತ ಪ್ರೇತ ಪಿಶಾಚಾಃ ಭೂಮಿಭಾರಕಾಃ ತೇ ಸರ್ವೇ ನಶ್ಯಂತು. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ದರ್ಫೈ ಹವ್ಯವಾಟ್ ಕರಾಲ. ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಹವ್ಯವಾಟ್ ಅಗ್ನಿ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಓಕೆ, ಬಟ್ when he is there, especially on the chest of, on the forehead, then he is Avyavat. Therefore, it's a third line. I don't want to spend more time on this. Let us go to the Mrudanganadam. See, the Mrudanganada, the percussion instrument, is so is so inspiring. ಸಿ ಆ ಡಾನ್ಸರ್ಗೆ ಒಂದು ಮೃದಂಗ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಸಾಕು. ದಿ ಅದರ್ ಅಕಾಂಪನಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ದರೂ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಇದ್ದರೂ ಪರವಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಆರ್ ಭಜನೆ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಕೆಲವು ನಮ್ಮ ಗೋಪಾಲ್ ಅವರು ಹೇಳುವಾಗ ತಬಲಾ ಆರ್ ಮೃದಂಗ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಟಿ ಎಸ್ ಗೋಪಾಲ್ ಆ ಯೋಗ ಕ್ಲಾಸಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಭಜನೆ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು. ಐ ಡೋಂಟ್ ನೋ ನಾವು. ಸೊ ಆ ಭಜನವನ್ನು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸಡನ್ಲಿ ಯಾರನ್ನು ತಬಲಾ ಆರ್ ಮೃದಂಗ ತಗೊಂಡು ಬಂದರೆ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾಡ್ ಮೋರ್ ಅಲಂಕಾರ and more effect vibrational on the mind and people get on to that. Similarly, what are so characteristically ಯಾವುದಂದರೆ ಧೀಮಿ 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 is the ಧ್ವನಿ. ಸೊ ಧ್ವನನ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಶಬ್ದ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಇದು 3 ಸಲ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಧಿಮಿ ಧಿಮಿ ಧಿಮಿ. ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಒಂದು ಧಿಮಿ ಈಸ್ ಸಿಂಗ್ಯುಲರ್, ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಧಿಮಿ ಈಸ್ ಡ್ಯೂಯಲ್, ಥರ್ಡ್ ಧಿಮಿ ಈಸ್ ಪ್ಲೂರಲ್. ಅಂದ್ರೇನು? ವೆನ್ ಮೃದಂಗನಾದ ಇಸ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಆನ್, ಹೂ ಈಸ್ ದಿ ಮೃದಂಗ ಸ್ಪೆಷಲಿಸ್ಟ್ ಇನ್ ಕೈಲಾಸಂ? So we have got Nandi, Bhrungi, Rata, they're all the Pramatha Ganas of Lord Rudra. They will be constantly present in Kailasam, watching the movements of Lord Rudra. So the Pramatha Ganadhipati is Ganapati. ಓಂ ನಮೋ ವ್ರಾತಪತಯೇ ನಮೋ ಗಣಪತಯೇ ನಮ ಪ್ರಮಥಪತಯೇ. ನೋಡಿದ್ರ? ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದಮೇಲೆ ನಮಸ್ತೆ ಸ್ಥುಲಂಬೋದರಾಯ ಈಗದಂತಾಯ ವಿಘ್ನ ವಿನಾಶಿನೇ ಶಿವಸುತಾಯ ಶ್ರೀವರದ ಮೂರ್ತಯೇ ನಮಃ. ಸೊ ಈ ಥರ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ ಅವರು ಗಣಪತಿ ತಮ್ಮ ಸೊಂಡ್ಲನ್ನು ಎತ್ತಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಿಮ್ಮ ತಲೆ ಮೇಲೆ ಇಟ್ಟು ಆಶೀರ್ವಾದ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಸಿ ಹಲೋ the Mrudanganada is dhimi, 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 dhimi. When you say the dhimi, 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 you can imagine the footwork. Padanyasa Kwanita in Saundar Lahari, Amma Shankaracharya sees the Saundar Lahari Devata as a dance performer. In fact, there is one lady, Sabita anta obಳು, she took so much of suggestions from me and she prepared a monograph, the dance Lalita Parameswari as a dancer and the Saundar Lahari is comparable, is having the Bharatanaट्य Shastra dance literature. So she made a comparison between Bharatanaट्य Shastra and Saundar Lahari and demonstrated that she is a dancer. Dhimi, dhimi. So when that is one thing. And in fact, on one of the Nada Veda Adhyayana Kendra annual day, most probably on Silver Jubilee performance of the Nada Veda Adhyayana Kendra and Waves Bengaluru chapter, we had that lady coming from America performing Saundar Lahari dance. So she picked up some slokas and performed. Andre artha ಏನು ಅಂದರೆ just I want it's a weekend occasion. And I think that is also there. Her dance posture photos are also there in our Veda Ganga, and her articles are also there. So imagine if Parvati is a dancer, Shiva is a dancer, and both of them are according to the Mrudanganada. So of all the musical instruments, Mridanga is the most important instrument that we should imagine have. Therefore, here, the Ravanasura, however he is also quite fond of the music world, Vedic world. And whenever Ravanasura gets out, there used to be a lot of Vedanada or Veda Mantrocharana. When the Veda are being repeated in the night, Ravanasura starts to meet Sita. Anyway, so Dvani Krama Pravartita Prachanda Tandavaha Shivaha Jayatu. Take to the first word of the beginning of the sloka. So Shivaha Jayatu. ಅವನು ಉದ್ಧಾರ ಆಗಲಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಅಂಡ್ ಏನು ಧ್ವನಿ ಕ್ರಮ ಅಂದ್ರೇನು, he is not making any mistake in the footstep. So in order to check his theme, there is that kind of Shruti. For a dancer, the Shruti is Mridangam. For a singer, a vocal performer, Shruti is the Tambura. ಸೊ ತಂಬೂರದಲ್ಲಿ ಶ್ರುತಿ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಲಯ, ಸ್ವರ ಎಕ್ಸೆಟ್ರಾ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ತಾಳ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗಬೇಕು. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ಇದೆ, ಬಟ್ ಮೋರ್ ಸೋ ಟು ದಿ ನಾದ ಆರ್ ಧ್ವನಿ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಬೀಯಿಂಗ್ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ಡ್ ಬೈ ದಿ ಪರ್ಕಷನ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರುಮೆಂಟ್. ಸೊ ಧ್ವನಿ ಕ್ರಮ ಅಂದ್ರೇನು ರೆಗ್ಯುಲರ್ ಬೀಟಿಂಗ್ಸ್, highly rhythmic and sweet, appropriate. Pravartita means going on. We don't know how long Rudra performed the Tandavam. Until Rudra stops the Tandava Nritya, till then continuously the Mridanga is being done. Because Mridanga is the past master of Mridanga among the Pramata Ganas is Brungi. ಗಣಪತಿ, ಭೃಂಗಿ, ರಟ ಇವರೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಪ್ರಮಥ ಗಣಪತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಗಣಗಳು. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಗೋ ಟು ಮೈಸೂರು, ನಮ್ಮ ಗಣಪತಿ ಸಚ್ಚಿದಾನಂದ ಸ್ವಾಮೀಜಿ ಆಶ್ರಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಯು ಸಿ ದಟ್ ದೆರ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಬ್ಯೂಟಿಫುಲ್ ಮ್ಯೂಸಿಕ್ ಆಡಿಟೋರಿಯಂ ಅಂಟ್ರಾಂಗನೆ ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ಸೈಡು. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅವರು, ಐ ಡೋಂಟ್ ನೋ ನೌ, ವೆನ್ ಐ ಸ್ಟೇಡ್ ದೇರ್, I could see the musicians, divine celestial musicians, and also human musicians, plus other things ಎಲ್ಲ ತುಂಬ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಆ ನಾದ ಮಂಟಪ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅದು ಅಂದರೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಏನು, ಧ್ವನಿ ಕ್ರಮ ಪ್ರವರ್ತಿತ ಅಂದ್ರೇನು, ಪರ್ಫಾರ್ಮೆನ್ಸ್ ಎಂಡ್ ಆಗೋ ತನಕ nobody knows when. Ordinarily nobody can continuously play on the mridangam, except that's why these days people have tried to take the help of the power current ಮೃದಂಗವನ್ನು ಅಟ್ಯಾಚ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟು they keep on playing, and so that they will not get tired, I think. So I don't know. So anyway, here the some ಧ್ವನಿ ಕ್ರಮ ಪ್ರವರ್ತಿತ. And in the next sloka, 12th one, you observe ಏನಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಂದರೆ, ಸ್ಪೃಶದ್ ವಿಚಿತ್ರ ತಲ್ಪಯೋಹೋ ಭುಜಂಗ ಮೌಕ್ತಿಕ ಸ್ರಜೋಹೋ ಗರಿಷ್ಠ ರತ್ನ ಲೋಷ್ಠಯೋಹೋ ಸುಹೃದ್ವಿಪಕ್ಷಪಕ್ಷಯೋಃ ತೃಣಾರವಿಂದಚಕ್ಷುಷೋಃ ಪ್ರಜಾಮಹೀಮಹೀಂದ್ರಯೋಃ ಸಮಪ್ರವೃತ್ತಿಕಃ ಸದಾಶಿವಃ kada bhajamyaham. Now we are getting the Sadashiva Tattvam of Lord Rudra in the words of Ravanasura. In the words of Shankara, you will find in the Saundara Lahari the Sadashiva Tattvam or Sadashiva Swarupam or Sadashiva influence. Because only when Lord Rudra is Sadashiva, because of the grace of Parvati, his consort, he has become top important. Ordinarily he is Shiva, but for the purpose, high purpose, Ammavaru, because he is Jagat Janani, Jagat Rakshaki, Jaganmata, Jagadishwari, and Prachanda Bhairavi, and Tanda, etc. So we got Linga Bhairavi. ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ ಅಮ್ಮ ಶಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಮೇಕ್ ಆರ್ ಮಾರ್ ಪೀಪಲ್. ಅಮ್ಮನ ಕಟಾಕ್ಷ ಪ್ರಸಾರ ಆದಮೇಲೆ ಯಾರು ಏನೂ ಆಗೋದಕ್ಕಾಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ದೇ ಬಿಕಮ್ ಹೈಲಿ ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟಬಲ್. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, ಲುಕ್ ಅಟ್ ದ Savaji Maharaj. It is said that he got the sword to defend the freedom of the Bharat, and that sword is really divine. Ammavare kottidare. He has done his maximum to protect the freedom of the country. So that's why Maharashtra, Shivaji Chatusrungi temple is there now. Is there in Chatusrungi temple, and at some places, and there is Sheniwarwada, the Shivaji fort, and all that. So there the sword presented to Shivaji is being preserved. It's very heavy, glowing even today, wonderful. So ఆ తరహా అమ్మవారు కటాక్షం ఉందంటే, అయ్యవారు కటాక్షం ఉందంటే ఏమవుతుంది? సదాశివ సదా మాత మాతృస్వరూపం. And what is that? You observe the beauty of this particular sloka. Now, poetically, I'm not going. We are trying to give you a pratiyamanartha or verbal meaning. The primary meaning only we are doing. We are not going into the deeper because this is a wonderful poetry. So look here, Mauktikasrajoho, Suhrudvipakshapakshayoho, Prajamahi Mahindrayoho, Samapravartikaha Sadasivaha. Who is the Shiva? Sadasiva. Sadasiva has no sides. He has no ego. He has not to take any sides. ಇವ್ರು ಒಳ್ಳೆಯದು, ರಾಕ್ಷಸ ನನ್ನ ಭಕ್ತರು, ಮನುಷ್ಯರಲ್ಲ, ದೇವತರಲ್ಲ. No. He is having something like our ECG. When your heart is normally functioning, ECG will be normal. When your ECG is normal, ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪಿ. ನೋಡಪ್ಪ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆ ಹೋಗು ಅಂತಾರೆ. ಸಪೋಸಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ನು ಇ ಸಿ ಜಿ ಗ್ರಾಫಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮೇಲೆ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ವೈಬ್ರೇಷನ್ಸು ಗ್ರಾಫಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿದರೆ ಅಯ್ಯೋ ದರ್ ಇಸ್ ಸಮ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಇನ್ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಸರ್ಕ್ಯುಲೇಷನ್, ಗೋ ಫಾರ್ ಎನಿ ಆಪರೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಯುವರ್ ಹಾರ್ಟ್ ಅಂತ ಕಳಿಸಿಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಇನ್ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ ಟು ಮೀ ವೆನ್ ಇ ಸಿ ಜಿ ವಾಸ್ ಟೇಕನ್ at a ultimate point, and the doctor, the nurse said, okay, nobody. But when I showed to the doctor, oh, Prabhakar, this is. So immediately go. So like that, a Tagna will be able to recognize the realities. So Sadashiva also is a Tagna because Tagna is Samapravrittikaha anta. A real skilled doctor or expert doctor is he who is equally diagnosing or recognizing the reality of the reality of the patient. Therefore, this is really interesting. So, ಏನಪ್ಪ ಅಂದರೆ ಸೃಷದ್ ವಿಚಿತ್ರ ತಲ್ಪಯೋ ಭುಜಂಗಮ ಮೌಕ್ತಿಕ ಸ್ರಜೋಹು. See, Bhujangama Mautika ಅಂದ್ರೇನು? It is believed that all serpents will have a gem on the hood of that. ಸೊ ನಾಗಮಣಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಲ್ವಾ, ಆ ನಾಗಮಣಿಯನ್ನು So Nagamani Kanti is that, but normally we may not see, but this is the Kavisamaya and may be true in all that. So there is Bhujangama had the Mauktika Sraja. That is Nagamani Kanti was there. And moreover, Garishta Ratna Lostayoho Suhrud Vipaksha Pakshayoho. That means Vipaksha or Sapaksha, he is a neutral umpire. Agni, Shiva is an umpire to people, whether winners or runners. ನೋಡಿದ್ರಾ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂಪೈರ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಜಡ್ಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು. ವೆದರ್ ಕ್ರಿಕೆಟ್ ಮ್ಯಾಚ್ ಆರ್ ಹಾಕಿ ಮ್ಯಾಚ್ ಆರ್ ಫುಟ್ಬಾಲ್ ಮ್ಯಾಚ್ ಆರ್ ಸಾಕರ್ ಆರ್ ವಾಲಿಬಾಲ್, ಅಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಕೂಡ he should be, because there will be 1,000 people watching and there will be the cameras also on. So the umpire must be meticulously observing the very, very minute points also, and ultimately lift his hand or simply keep quiet. That's why Even Shiva is also samapravrittikaha. He is a impartial umpire. ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆಯಾ ಗೋವಿಂದ್ ಅವರೇ? ಸೊ umpire is impartial. Shiva is impartial. He will not take sides, but he will only think of those who are working. What is working or participating? It is all the players. So the players are the workers. They are both, all the players, the two teams, 11-11 in cricket, both are sincerely working. They want to, nobody fights, nobody plays that cricket or volleyball in order to lose the game. They want to get the credit and they're winning. But ultimately, the performance will be that the fellow has got to declare runners and winners. Winners will get more money. Runners also get money, but not so much. But winners only get the trophy like that. So the judge is important. The students are important for the teachers. If the student goes and tells in the house, oh, the teacher ತುಂಬ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಪಾಠ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನಮ್ಮ, ಅವ್ರಿಗೇನೂ ಇಲ್ಲ, ತುಂಬ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಪಾಠ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ದಡ್ಡನಾಗಲಿ ಇಂಟೆಲಿಜೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಯಾವ ತರಹ ಪಾರ್ಶಿಯಾಲಿಟಿ ತೋರಿಸೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ತುಂಬ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಪಾಠ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದರೆ ದ ಟೀಚರ್ ವಿಲ್ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂ ಆಸ್ ಅ ಬಿಗ್ ಟೀಚರ್. ಇಲ್ಲ ಏನೋ ಅಯ್ಯೋ ಟೀಚರ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿರಲ್ಲಮ್ಮ, ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಕಥೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ, ಅವ್ರು ಇನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ, ಗಪ್ಪೆ ಹೊಡಿತಾನೆ, ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಅದು ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ ಇದು ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ ಅಂತ ಹೋಗಿ ಕಂಪ್ಲೇಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ದ ಟೀಚರ್ ಇಸ್ ಗೋವಿಂದ. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಬಟ್ ಅವರ್ ಶಿವ ಸದಾಶಿವ ಈಸ್ ಸಮಪ್ರವೃತ್ತಿಕ. ಅಂದೇನು ಗರಿಷ್ಠ ರತ್ನ ಲೋಷ್ಟ ಈಸ್ ಮಣ್ಣು, ಗರಿಷ್ಠ ಈಸ್ ಪ್ರೈಮ್. ಸೊ ಸುಹೃತ್ತು ವಿಪಕ್ಷ. ಸೊ ಸುಹೃತ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಭಕ್ತರು, ವಿಪಕ್ಷ ಅಂದರೆ ರಾಕ್ಷಸರು. ಲೆಟ್ ಅಸ್ ಇಮ್ಯಾಜಿನ್, ಈ ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ದ್ವಂದ್ವ ಇದೆ. ಆದರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಲಾರ್ಡ್ ರುದ್ರ ಈಸ್ ಟೇಕನ್ ಟು ಬಿ ದ್ವಂದ್ವಾತೀತ, ನಿರ್ಮತ್ಸರ, ನಿರಹಂಕಾರ, ಸಮಪ್ರವರ್ತಕ ಅಂತ. ರಾವಣಾಸುರ ರಾಕ್ಷಸ, he tells that Shiva is a samapravrittika. And again, Truna Aravinda Chachushoho. ಇದು ತೃಣ ಅರವಿಂದ ಚಕ್ಷುಷೋಹ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಅರವಿಂದ ಚಕ್ಷು ತೃಣ ಚಕ್ಷುಷ್. ಅಂದ್ರೇನು? ತೃಣಚಕ್ಷು ಅಂದರೆ ಟ್ರೈಂಗ್ ಟು ಸಿ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸಸ್, ಪಾರ್ಶಿಯಾಲಿಟಿ. ಆರ್ ಅರವಿಂದ ಚಕ್ಷು ಅಂದರೆ impartiality. So the drishti of Shiva is not having that kind of differentiation or difference. The drishti of Shiva is completely uniform. ಅದರಿಂದ ಪ್ರಜಾ ಮಹೀ ಮಹೇಂದ್ರಯೋಹೋ. He has no difference to make between a ordinary citizen and also the prime citizen or the Mahendra. So the citizen of the country is the President of India, which means what? All people are citizens in the country, but he has got one cap, he has got one feather, and he is the one very important because of his own deeds and achievements and munificence, etc. Therefore, he becomes a citizen. So, Praja Mahim ಮಹಿ ಮಹೇಂದ್ರಯೋಹೋ. ಮಹಿಯಲ್ಲಿ, ಮಹಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಭೂಲೋಕ. ಆ ಲೋಕಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಎರಡು ವಿಧವಾದ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ದೇವಾಹ ಮಹಾದೇವಾಹ, ಪ್ರಜಾಹ ವರಿಷ್ಠ ಪ್ರಜಾಹ. ಇದನ್ನೇ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೋಪನಿಷತ್ತಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಸಿ ದಿ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ವಾಸ್ put for the Paipalada Maharshi that well, God has created all people, but why at all he made a division? ದೇವರು, ಮಹಾದೇವರು, ಜನರು, ಮಹಾವರಿಷ್ಠ ಜನರು ಅಂಡ್ ಈ ಥರ ಯಾಕೆ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾನೆ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ ಪಪ್ಪಲಾದ ಮಹರ್ಷಿ. ವೆರಿ ನೈಸ್. ಸೊ ಹಂಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸಮಪ್ರವೃತ್ತಿಕ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಕದಾ ಭಜಾಮ್ಯಹಂ ಸದಾಶಿವಂ. ಸೊ ಆ ತರಹ ನಾನು ಕೂಡ ಈ ಪಾರ್ಶಿಯಾಲಿಟಿ, ಎಗೋ, ಅಹಂಕಾರ, ದಂಭಂ. ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಇನ್ ಭಗವದ್ಗೀತಾ ಟೆಲ್ಸ್ ದಟ್ ದಂಭ, ಅಹಂಕಾರ ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಕೂಡ ಈಸ್ ನೆಗೆಟಿವಿಟಿ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಇನ್ ದಿ ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ಸ್. If any one of them are present, that is a part of asuya. ಈ ಅಸೂಯ ಅನ್ನೋದು ತೆಗೆದುಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಕಾಮ, ಕ್ರೋಧ, ಲೋಭ, ಮೋಹ, ಮದ, ಮಾತ್ಸರ್ಯಗಳು, ಮದಸ್, ದೇ ಡು ನಾಟ್ ಅಟ್ ಆಲ್ ಅಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ದಿ ಇಂಡಿವಿಜುವಲ್. ದೇರ್ ಫೋರ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ರಿಯಲಿ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ದಟ್ Shiva, Rudra is beyond. That's why in Namakam, you observe Rudra as all in all. So this 12th sloka is giving you the content of the Namakam, content of the Chamakam. So Rudradhyayadalli and also Purusha Suktam. Ella ideas, Vedic ideas have been infused in this particular section. Is it not good? And so now we have got only one more slokas, which is again connected to the character of Lord Rudra, the performance beauty of Lord Rudra. And what is that sloka? Again, see, there are two slokas wherein ರಾವಣಾಸುರ puts a question, kada, kada. So ಯಾವಾಗ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಯಾವಾಗ ಹೇಳಪ್ಪ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ, you only fix the date. I cannot fix the date. So I cannot date with you unless you propose the dates to me. The proposal important. So always the proposal must come from the bride side or bridegroom side. And when both of them have got agreement in the proposals, then only the vivaham takes place. Similarly, already it is said that Ravanasura has proposed to be his bhakta, top. But that kind of bhakti, etc., is to get flowering when Shiva must approve that. So admit that. ಅದರಿಂದ 13th ಶ್ಲೋಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಕದಾ ಕದಾ ನಿಲಿಂಪ ನಿರ್ಜರಿ ನಿಕುಂಜ ಕೋಟರೇ ವಸನ್ ವಿಮುಕ್ತ ದುರ್ಮತಿ ಸದಾ ಶಿರಸ್ಥಮಂಜಲಿಂ ವಹನ್ ವಿಮುಕ್ತ ಲೋಲಲೋಚನೋ ಹಲಲಾಮ ಭಾಲವಜ್ಞಕಃ ಶಿವೇತಿ ಮಂತ್ರಂ ಉಚ್ಚರನ್ ಕದಾ ಸುಖೀ ಭವಾಮ್ಯಹಂ. ಸೊ ನೀನು ನಿಜವಾಗಿ ಈ ಲೋಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಬದುಕಿರುವಾಗ ಸುಖವಾಗಿರಬೇಕು. ಇಫ್ ಯು ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಎ ಈಸಿ ಲಿವಿಂಗ್, ವಾಟ್ ಆರ್ ದಿ ಮೆಷರ್ಸ್? ಅಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ ದೋಸ್ ಮೆಷರ್ಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಬೀನ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟೆಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಬೈ ರಾವಣಾಸುರ. He may be a dirty fellow, he may be the Rakshasa, he may be enemy to Rama. And so Kumbhakarna is not enemy to Rama. Vibhishana is not enemy to Rama. Because Ravana is enemy, they one advised and tried to walk out, Vibhishana. But Kumbhakarna cannot walk out, though he advised Ravanasura to return Sita and be happy. Because Ravanasura is one who helped him lot. 6 months sleeping ಅವಕಾಶ, 6 months ಊಟ ಕೊಡೋದು ಅಂದರೆ ಕುಂಭಕರ್ಣನಿಗೆ ಈಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸಿ? ಬ್ರದರ್ ಆಗಿರುವನು ಕುಂಭಕರ್ಣನಿಗೆ. ಸೊ ಕುಂಭಕರ್ಣ ಎದ್ದಿರುವಾಗ ರಾವಣ ವಾಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಅಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಡ್. ಸೊ ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ Ravana is having a lot of dependence upon Kumbhakarna. Therefore, he woke him up in between. Similarly, Duryodhana in Mahabharata depended upon Karna, Bhishma, Drona, Ashwatthama. Individually, he has no strength. Durmati. That's why everybody advised Ravana and also Duryodhana, Aya, please judge your personal strength and also imagine the strength of your enemies, whom Pandavas. Then only you take a right decision. That was the advice given to Duryodhana and Ravana. In fact, Mandodari also gave the advice to Ravanasura. But so Rama and Sita are respected because Sita has married a rightful, virtuous, dharmic husband. Therefore, Ramana pakkadalli Sitayennu haktare. She is a Mahapativrata. And even Mandodari is also a Mahapativrata. But Ravana is Durmarga. So ಈಗ ಮಂಡೋದರಿ ಮಹಾಪತಿವ್ರತ ಆದರೂ ಕೂಡ nobody is able to give importance to Ravanasura. Therefore, there is no Ravana and Mandodari photos anywhere. ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಒಬ್ಬರು ಮಹಾನುಭಾವರು. ಸಿ ಟ್ರೂ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ದಿ ಹಸ್ಬೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಕೀರ್ತಿ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಅಪಾನ್ ದಿ ವೈಫ್ and wife's kirti depends upon the husband, and both of them, when they are rich, dharmic, dharma santanam and dharmic, then they become the ideal couple. That's why jagata pitarau vande parvati parameswarau anuvaga. Parvati is equally reached the pinnacle of glory in her character and conduct, and Shiva also has reached the pinnacle of glory and fame because of his nature. Though he is guardian of the Smashana, though she is the promoter of that guardianship of Rudra as a Smashana guardian. So, whatever it is, they have formed Jagata Pitarau. They are the primordial parents, primordial couple who stand a great example. Therefore, ಇಬ್ಬರಿದ್ರೆ ಪಾರ್ವತಿ ಪರಮೇಶ್ವರ ದಾಂಪತ್ಯ is quoted, never Sita Rama ದಾಂಪತ್ಯ or Lakshmi Narayana ದಾಂಪತ್ಯ. Narayana in Vaikuntha, Lakshmi in the mobile. So ಈ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿದೆ. I think I will stop from here. So probably next month when I take the class first week or July, I will conclude Shiva Tandava Stotram, and we keep to that. The masam changes. Om Swasti. Sahana Bhavatu, Sahanau Bhunaktu, Sahaviryam Karavavahai, Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Sarvam Sri Krishnarpanamastu, Sri Sivarpanamastu, Sri Matrucharanaaravindarpanamastu. Om Tat Satu. ಏನು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಆಡಿಯೋ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ, ಐ ಡೋಂಟ್ ನೋ. ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಟಾಕ್ ಟು ಯು ಲೇಟರ್ ಆನ್. ಫೋನಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತೀನಿ.